Hi, I'm Harris Earls and I go to Cranbrook Kingswood. If you look around, these are some of my paintings that I've done. And if you look at this one in particular, I use a mix of cool colors like right here and right here, but I also use warm colors. And it uses juxtaposition between these two values to create something that looks realistic, but also it couldn't exist in real life. So it's kind of surrealist and interesting. If you come over here, there are paintings inspired by Neo Rausch. Neo Rausch typically uses some kind of like uses more high key colors and super blocky forms of like making the painting. If you look, it's like a blocky color right here and kind of a blocky color right here. And it's different than my traditional style where I usually try and stay with the Zorn palette, which is white, yellow, red, and black. This is clearly not the Zorn palette, it's more high key. And if you look around, and you might look at this face, you might look at all of those faces, and the style is consistent. And this is a reflection of my interest in John Singer Sargent. Since I've started painting, I was interested in his impressionistic style, where if you look at the painting and you step back a little bit, then it looks realistic. It looks like an actual face, but when you come closer, it's not constructed with super small brush strokes. It's made with large brush strokes that look almost emotional. And in school, I do like mathematics and I do biology and when we talk about like literature, in English class, we talked about Camus' The Stranger. And when I come, and we talk about it in class, we have like not arguments, but we have debates about stuff, about like absurdity and indifference. And when I come to the studio and I paint, the ideas of absurdity and indifference may not be reflected in the painting, but when I'm painting, it's a form of like cognition and a form of thinking about these ideas that I learned in school through mathematics, which may be it's completely different than painting, but it's a form of like processing what I have done. It's almost like sleeping, like working on these things kind of subconsciously. I did this is also a painting I did a couple of years ago where I used a different imagery and tried to branch out with different color. Moving on from that, something that more about me other than being a painter. As a runner and I wake foil and I sail in the summertime, it feels meaningful in the face of like the superficial world that we live in these days. Where me and my family, we bond in competition, or we'll sail against one another, and we make each other better through competition. Additionally, it feels meaningful to bond over something like running, which is healthy for each other, and sailing, which is super, I would say, wholesome kind of. Additionally, which painting and sailing and running, what they lead to is, I would say, family. Family is the most important thing to me because they provide me with not only love and support and a house over my house, but they also provide me with a friendship that I wouldn't give up for anything.